Imagine never losing through an entire Premier League season, not even once. 38 games, 26 wins, 12 draws, 0 defeats. 2003 to 2004, one team did it, Arsenal. They weren't just a football team, they were warriors in red and white. This is the legendary story of the Invincibles. In the chaos of Premier League football, one team changed history, logic and gravity itself. The Premier League isn't a playground, it's a battlefield. Every week, football giants are humbled, underdogs rise, and a single mistake can tear apart months of hard work. In the 2003-04 season, Arsenal Football Club, dressed in red and white, walked through fire and never got burned. Not one team could break them. Not Manchester United, not Liverpool, not Chelsea, and not even their luck. They weren't just good, they were untouchable. Football fans called them the Invincible. This is a story of revolution. A team forged by intelligence, built on bravery, and powered by belief. A team that almost became immortal. To understand the miracle of Arsenal's unbeaten season, we first have to grasp how brutal the Premier League really is. It is the most unforgiving league in the world. With 38 matches spread across a relentless calendar, there is no one hiding. You face cold Wednesday nights in Bolton, defeating crowds at Anfield, and physical duels that leave bruises on your body and scars in your mind. In England, football isn't just played, it is fought. The Premier League isn't designed for perfection. There are no soft games, no easy points. Even the best teams that won trebles, broke point records, and shattered transfer windows couldn't do it. Manchester United, treble winner, lost games. Manchester City's 100 points, Centurions lost twice. Liverpool's near perfection 2019-20 champions, beaten 3 times. Arsenal 2003-04 were different. They didn't just avoid defeat, they conquered chaos. In a league stacked with powerhouses, Sir Alex Ferguson ruthlessly efficient to Manchester United, Claudio Ranieri's rising Chelsea, a gritty Liverpool side with Steven Gerrard's fire, and dangerous mid-table ambushers Sam Allardyce's Bolton or Harry Redknapp's Portsmouth. Arsenal went to war and returned without a single scar. At the heart of this football miracle was a visionary, Arsene Wenger. When he first arrived in 1996, English football didn't quite know what to make of him. A quiet Frenchman from Japan, unfamiliar with the traditional blood and thunder English game. The press mocked him. Arsene? Who? Wenger wasn't just a manager. He was a reformer, a revolutionary, a professor of football with a mind that stretched far beyond the tactics. He understood that football was not just a physical game. It was a mental, emotional and spiritual game. Wenger believed in beauty. He believed that football could be an art, that a pass could be poetry, that movement could be music. Art alone wouldn't survive the Premier League. So, he didn't just build a team of dancers, he built warriors who could paint the battlefield. Every piece of the puzzle was placed perfectly. Attackers who could glide past defenders, midfielders who controlled the tempo, defenders who would rather break bones. Wenger didn't just coach a team, he crafted a philosophy, a machine that fused intelligence and instinct. Arsenal under Wenger was a symphony of calculated chaos. Every position had a plan, and every game had a vision. No masterpiece exists without a brushstroke, and this team was filled with legends. Each man was a weapon, a leader, a story of his own. Leading the line was Thierry Henry, the king of Highbury, a blur of speed and elegance. Henry wasn't just a striker, he was a total event. His 30 goals that season were more than numbers, they were moments of theatre. Beside him was Dennis Bergkamp, the silent magician. He didn't shout or roar, he whispered through passes, glided through spaces, and painted the pitch with imagination. If Henry was thunder, Bergkamp was the lighting that came before it. In the midfield stood the Lord, Patrick Vieira, towering, terrifying and tireless. He wasn't just a captain, he was a guardian, a warrior who protected his team like a general who protects his army. Alongside him, Gilberto Silva, the invincible ball. He did the dirty work so others could shine. At the back, the wall was made of iron, Sol Campbell and Colo Torre, a perfect balance of experience and raw energy. They didn't just defend, they broke bones of other players. The creativity flowed from Robert Pires and Freddie Ljungberg, wingers who didn't just deliver crosses but cut inside, scored goals and dragged fullbacks into nightmares. And behind them all stood Jens Lehmann, unpredictable, emotional but utterly reliable when it counted. He was the last line of defense, but what made them special wasn't talent, it was the unity. They fought for each other, covered for each other, a squad of 25 players but one unbreakable soul. Arsenal didn't survive the Premier League by playing safe. They attacked, they dazzled, they dominated, did. They dominated. Wenger's tactical setup was revolutionary, a flexible 4-4-2 that morphed into a 4-2-3-1 mid-game. It allowed them to press high, control possession, and hit on the break with a blinding pace. Their fullbacks, Ashley Cole and Lauren, bound forward, and the midfield, Vieira and Gilberto formed a shield, allowing Pires and Lundberg to cut in and create chaos. Bergkamp dropped in pockets of space, pulling defenders out, while Henry hovered like a lion, waiting to strike. Every transition was fast, every pass was perfect. Arsenal didn't just play football, they performed it. They were monstrous. 73 goals scored, only 26 conceded, 90 points collected, but the journey wasn't without danger. There were moments when the dream nearly died. A stormy 0-0 draw at Old Trafford, where tempers flared and penalties were missed. A roller coaster against Liverpool, where they trailed, but Henry exploded with one of his greatest performances. A gritty point away at Portsmouth, a 2-2 draw at White Hart Lane. They were test of character, and Arsenal passed every single one. As the pressure grew, so did their mental strength. Wenger called it unshakable belief. We called it invincible spirit. But all great stories must face an ending. And after 2004, the dream slowly faded. Contracts ended, legends left, Vieira to Juventus, Henry to Barca. The club moved from Highbury to Emirates, a bigger stadium but a colder soul. The magic of that golden era began to fade. Wenger stayed and tried to rebuild, but the trophies never came. New players arrived, but the chemistry was never the same. A once-in-a-lifetime creation, and like all art, it couldn't be recreated. But their legacy untouched. In 20 years, no Premier League team has gone unbeaten again. Not Guardiola's record-smashing City, not Klopp's ferocious Liverpool. Every season, when a team starts strong and whispers return, could they do it? Could they match Arsenal? And every season, the answer remains no. Because what Arsenal did wasn't just win matches. They defied the entire footballing system. They challenged. They became immortal. They weren't just unbeaten. They were unforgettable. They were artists. They were warriors. They were the invincible.